Hello everybody and welcome back to another week of Outside the Ropes. I'm your host of Outside the Ropes as always, Matthew Moore. Welcome back to the Outside the Ropes program. I hope you are all doing very well out there, and thank you once again for downloading the podcast last Wednesday and also listening to it on our various sources across our social media platforms over the last 7 days. Thank you also again for all your emails and tweets and support towards this podcast as always. We've got some great stories we want to talk about on this week's edition. But before we get into any of the discussion going on tonight's podcast, this Sunday night, guys, before the WWE Fastlane pay-per-view, myself and hopefully Tony will be dropping back into the podcast as well. We'll be doing our WWE Fastlane pre-show, where we'll be going through all the matches, all the build-up to the pay-per-view as well, answering your emails and questions on Twitter, and much more. So that's this coming Sunday night, a few hours just before the pay-per-view, our WWE Fastlane special edition of Outside the Ropes. Also, guys, I want to give a shout out to our friends and partners of this podcast. If you're historians of professional wrestling, just like myself and most people who listen to this podcast, Wrestling's Past is your location. Go to their website, wrestlingspast.blogspot.co.uk, and also on Twitter at Wrestling's Past for all your daily tweets of the history of professional wrestling. Whether you're new to wrestling or old to wrestling, you want to go back and check out the history of professional wrestling, apart from WWE.com, of course, and the WWE Network, Wrestling's Past is a location. Once again, their website, wrestlingspast.blogspot.co.uk, and on Twitter, at Wrestling's Past, for all your history needs. Don't forget to check out those guys of Wrestling's Past. Hope you're all doing well out there, guys. Thank you very much once again for being in touch with us today as well, especially the show day. You've been sending us a lot of messages and tweets and stuff like that and asking us questions on certain subjects. But we've got some script we want to go through here tonight. We've got loads of subjects I've been handed here on my weekly script to talk about all the subjects and give my views and stuff like that on the stories. But let's get straight into it. The main story coming out of this week's, we'll start off as always, as we always do. Monday Night Raw this past Monday. Guys, can I just say something? I think Monday Night Raw was an absolutely horrible show. That's my opinion. The main event being Big Show versus Braun Strowman. Really. I watched the show on Monday night with Tony at my home. I wasn't best amused by the show. I was actually considering going to bed halfway through the show because it was that crap. They booked the show, in my opinion, very badly. We had no Brock Lesnar. We had Paul Heyman. But we didn't have any or sort of main push towards this main event coming into this Sunday's Fastlane. The last Raw before the show before WrestleMania. The pay-per-view before WrestleMania. And I think it was a really badly booked show. All I can say, it was even as bad as they sent out the Dudley Boys to do the same promo that they'd done on SmackDown the previous week before, in case you missed it, because most people don't watch SmackDown anymore because it's crap. So they thought it was that bad, they had to come out and make them do it again. Raw as a whole, in my opinion, was absolutely mind-blowing how bad it was. I don't understand why, but I did not enjoy Raw at all. So, but we had an injury on Raw this week as well, which leads us to actually me forgetting to announce as well, which is my boss is going to chew my face off for. Segment coming out of Raw has actually been nominated for our Jackass of the Week moment, which is now returning very, very soon at the end of this podcast. We're bringing back this week, Jackass of the Week as promised. Yeah, that's right, we're back. Jackass of the Week is back. We asked you guys on social media, and you give us some of your emails and stuff and some predictions some suggestions for Jackass of the Week. But we're going to bring that to you right at the end, as we always do. So it is returning later on in the episode, Jackass of the Week. But Monday Night Raw as a whole, guys, I don't even want to talk about Monday Night Raw. I thought Monday Night Raw was absolutely poor. Myself and Tony sort of looked at each other and went, we really sat up really late to watch this. As you all know, Raw is on late here in the UK. We sat and watched it and looked at each other and went, really? This show's crap. Braun Strowman, the Big Show main event? Really? They had the Stone Cold podcast after Raw, which started off with Stone Cold on his own because the Big Show took 40 minutes to get to the studio backstage. It's horrible. The Stone Cold podcast actually wasn't too bad. I actually watched the start of it and then watched the rest of it the next day. But was really Raw that good? Not really. Mark Henry get injured. That was pretty much it for me. I don't want to talk about Raw. But anyway, what can you say? A big announcement coming out of WWE. Some positive news now coming out of WWE today. They've announced a Cruiserweight Open, which is going to be called the Cruiserweight Global Series, starting this July. I think it's maybe going to be on the WWE Network. It's coming from Full Sail, I think it is, University, where NXT's taped. It will star 30 Cruiserweight stars from NXT and more. So maybe we'll see a few old Cruiserweight faces maybe popping back in again. But a lot of fans have been crying for Cruiserweight wrestling to return, the Cruiserweight title return. We've had a lot of people asking us about it. But it's been announced today, I think it was today, it was today, the Cruiserweight Global Series starting this coming July. So stay tuned for more news on that. It's a big story coming out of WWE. Because there's a lot of Cruiserweight type guys in the WWE. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to take part in that once they make an announcement. All the information, of course, is available on WWE.com on this announcement. So I'm looking forward to staying a close eye on this story to see who's going to jump in this, because there's going to be some great matches, some high flyers jumping into that. So interesting. An announcement made today. Very, very interesting. We got an update on NXT champion Finn Balor. He should be returning to the road hopefully this weekend. There was an announcement put out today. I'm assuming it's today because I only got to see it before I came in to record the podcast tonight. He was, as you know, injured at the start of the month with a severely sprained ankle, but he is ready to go. As far as we know, the reports are stating that he should be on the road by this weekend. And he also sent a tweet today responding to fans asking when's he going to get his call up to Monday Night Raw. He says, go to Facebook and we'll talk about that on Facebook. So a lot of people are wanting to see Finn Balor on Raw as soon as possible, but he is due to get back on the road this coming weekend, so it's great news for NXT champion Finn Balor. Stories have come out of other people wanting to leave the WWE this week. We've got a story coming out of Brie Bella, who's possibly leaving after WrestleMania. As we all know, that her and Daniel Bryan want to go away and start making babies and having a family and stuff now. Speculation going around that it could be this Sunday, that could be Brie's last match in the company where she's facing Charlotte for the women's title. But then there's other stories that come out saying that WrestleMania will be her last hurrah. But you know, everybody knows it's been public now that Daniel Bryan and her want to start a family as soon as possible. And, you know, well, how can she really have babies when she's on the road? So, Brie Bella could be on her way off our WWE screens very, very soon. Sooner rather than later. Could be even as early as this Sunday. And news broke yesterday, which was very surprising for me to see. Wade Barrett is wanting to leave the company and does not want to sign a new contract when it expires in the next few months. Now, Wade Barrett has been reportedly saying that he's been talking to close friends that he's not happy with his current role in WWE and he would like to go elsewhere to try and get a better role in wrestling. Obviously, you all know he's part of the League of Nations. He hasn't been wrestling as much because of a tweak in his neck that we had reported here on Outside the Ropes a few months ago. But Wade Barrett now is not happy with the company, with the direction that he's going in, and he's maybe looking to go elsewhere when his contract expires in a few months. Please, for the love of God, Wade, do not go to TNA. I'm sorry for saying that, but he'll bury himself if he goes there. Maybe go to Japan for a while. Maybe go to Ring of Honor, don't know. But Wade Barrett apparently is reportedly saying that he is not going to renew his contract and he is on his way to WWE. Has responded to some fans on Twitter about this, saying that he is completely focused on what's going to happen and he'll see he's all fastly in this Sunday. But let's see what happens over the next few months with Wade Barrett. An update on the Hall of Famer Bret Hart. We all reported a few weeks ago that Bret Hart was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He has had his surgery this past week, and Bret Hart is on the mend and doing very well. He posted photographs on his Facebook and Twitter of him with his family by his bedside. Bret Hart is doing very well. The surgery was a success. He's getting better. And again, we wish Bret all the best, and hopefully he is on the mend and gets back to 100% again. So everything's on the up and up for Bret Hart, and it's good to see. And long may his recovery continue. So it's great to see Bret Hart getting back on the road to health again. Now, I know you've all heard about this for the last few days. Stephanie McMahon's Instagram account was hacked. She put out a message saying her account was hacked. strange. Of all the people to hack Stephanie McMahon, why would you want to hack her? It's not very much on her Instagram, but this seems to be going around quite a bit. A lot of celebrities and WWE stars are getting their accounts hacked, whether it be Twitter or Instagram. Like JR had his Twitter account hacked not so long ago, and suddenly tweets that JR apparently passed away. This was a thing that blew the internet up, obviously, for a few days, but now this thing about Stephanie McMahon's account being hacked, I don't know why it's been resolved or not, like, but a lot of people have been tweeting us and stuff about that and asking us for our opinion on it. Guys, if there's hackers out there and want to get into your account, they'll do it whether you like it or not. So, but as far as I know, everything's back to normal again with Stephanie. So there you go. An update on the guy who, when I heard this story, this didn't surprise me. An update on John Cena's health. John Cena is maybe, well, when I say maybe, could be back in the ring sooner than later. We all know Super Cena's fast recovery rate, the way he is when it comes to major injuries. A lot of people are speculating now that John Cena could return in time for WrestleMania this year. Is it going to happen? There's a lot of people going to be happy to see it. But the thing about it is, this thing that makes me interested in this story even more. And you all know I respect John Cena as a person, but for the last lot of years, we've been shoving it down your throat and the whole Mr. Goody Two Shoes, John Cena. You know, I'm not on that bandwagon. I'm sort of a neutral. But people are now saying that this is what the WWE are planning on doing now. When he comes back, you know, I've said this so many times. When are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Will they ever do it? He said himself he was going to do it at one point when he was feuding with The Rock. Cena is reportedly coming back as a heel. And because of all his merchandise sales being down now, he's not the number one guy seller in the company anymore. The company's maybe thinking, now this is the time now to turn John Cena heel. Now, he did say on numerous podcasts and stuff like that on the WWE Network at the time, especially when he was on the Jericho one at the time, you know, he would turn heel, no problem, as long as there was somebody there to do his role with, like, Make-A-Wish and stuff like that. It basically had to be right. The timing had to be right for him to turn heel. And the speculation now that it's Cena is reportedly to turn heel when he comes back, and he could be back before WrestleMania. Now, guys, I've been talking about this on this podcast for 3.5 years. I've been talking about it to people for years, even before that. You know, they're not going to turn him. They're not going to turn Cena heel. But in saying that, who ever thought they would turn Hulk Hogan heel back in the day? Stranger things have happened. So, is he going to be back in time for WrestleMania? We don't know. He is way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. That's just coming out of reports. Would it be good to see him back for ratings boosting? Probably, because you get more people watching because of obviously all the big John Cena fans out there for WrestleMania. But who would he face at WrestleMania this year? Because he hasn't been involved in a program with anybody. So please, God, don't put him in the title match. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on that story over the next week or two, leading into the weeks leading up to WrestleMania. John Cena's update on whether he'll be back in the ring in time for WrestleMania this year. Now, for all you WWE 2K16 fans, I know I play the game quite a bit whenever I get a chance to. Obviously, my partner in crime here, Tony, he would play quite a bit on his PS4. All you WWE 2K16 fans out there, it's good news for you guys who play it on PC. It is eventually coming to PC. It's coming in the next, I think it's month, for what I've been see here on this. It is now eventually coming to PC. Wish the hell they'd bring it out in Mac, because I have a Mac at home I can play it on. But yeah, WWE 2K16 is on its way to your PCs in the next few weeks. So all you big gaming fans out there, no doubt you'll enjoy that, and it'll be coming out soon, and you'll all be buying your copies. Seth Rollins was out in the press recently promoting it and stuff and talking about it and saying that he's happy because he would prefer to play his games on his PC. So yeah, WWE 2K16 coming to PCs very, very soon. Jerry the King Lawler news this week for you guys. Jerry the King Lawler is reportedly getting death threats on Twitter because he is supporting Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Now, Jerry Lawler sent out a tweet that I don't want to read out, of course, but he has been getting a lot of death threats over social media regarding supporting Donald Trump in his quest to become the next president of the United States. Now, you know yourself, Jerry the King Lawler ran for, I think it was governor, of Memphis, I think it was, back in the 90s, early 2000s maybe, for what my memory recalls me. Jerry the King Lawler talks about politics very rarely, but he has made it public on his Twitter account, and he has been getting a lot of death threats reportedly. So obviously we'll keep an eye on this story in case anything comes out of this, but I don't think anything will come out of this story, but it just popped up in the news in the last sort of 48 hours that Jerry the King Lawler has been receiving death threats from fans and obviously people who are big into their politics. So, but he's only voicing an opinion. Whoever he wants to vote for, he can vote for him. I don't get involved in politics. That's why I stay away from it. Not my cup of tea. Anyway, more news into the unfortunate passing of, we announced a few weeks ago, of Axel Rotten. More news has come out onto the internet over the last few days that apparently Axel Rotten was actually found. This is when I read this, I couldn't believe this. Apparently, he was found in a bathroom at a McDonald's. I heard that he was found at home, but he apparently was reportedly found in the bathroom of a McDonald's, and the cause of his death was a drug overdose. So, very sad news about that, which is unfortunate. But again, we pass our condolences on to Axel Rotten's family, and it's very sad news. But yeah, more stories have come out. Apparently, he was found in a bathroom at McDonald's. He was obviously dead, instantly died, and it was come out as actually his cause of death was in fact a drug overdose, which is unfortunate. Some other news as well for you guys here regarding Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle will be inducted into the International Hall of Fame. I think that's the Hall of Fame Triple H was put into. But this is the good thing. This is getting a lot of people talking. Now, all you know is that Kurt Angle is now officially finished with TNA Wrestling. He was offered a contract for a non-wrestling role in the company, which he refused. People have been speculating this for weeks. Kurt Angle's coming to WrestleMania. He's going into the WWE Hall of Fame, blah, blah, blah. But because this is the thing that's kicked it off even more, people have been battering us on email and Twitter. You know, is this going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. Right, okay, fair enough. This is what's going to happen, and this is my view on it. Kurt Angle's been inducted into the International Hall of Fame by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Triple H is in that Hall of Fame. But this is the thing. When it happens next month, Triple H will be in attendance as well. Now, this is the first time Triple H and Kurt Angle will be in the same area, the same place at the same time since Kurt left the company in 2006. People are going crazy now saying, oh, they're having a secret meeting and Kurt's going to be coming to WWE and he's going to be in the Hall of Fame this year and blah, blah, blah. You know, at the end of the day, guys, if Kurt Angle wants to come back to WWE, if WWE wants Kurt Angle back, you know, they'll meet and they'll have a conversation. Yes, Triple H and him will cross paths at the Arnold Schwarzenegger event, which is the International Hall of Fame. Arnold will induct Kurt Angle into the International Hall of Fame, which is great because obviously with his Olympic achievements and obviously his professional wrestling achievements, because Kurt Angle is an athlete. They induct all different types of people from different sports. Kurt will probably get acknowledged for his Olympic gold medal back in Atlanta 96 Olympics. People are saying, oh, they're going to meet up and Kurt and him's going to have a meeting and they're going to come back. Guys, at the end of the day, you know, if they want to come back to WWE, if they want to bring Kurt back, it'll happen. You know, they're going to be there at the same time, same place. Maybe they'll have a quick chat and stuff like that. You know, at the end of the day, Triple H has no heat with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle has no heat with WWE. Maybe it was a bit at the start when he first left the company, but there's no heat there now because Triple H has openly admitted that there is no heat there. But regarding him coming back to WWE this year, I wouldn't bank on it, guys. But with the WWE, you never know. It's a big WrestleMania. Is Kurt deserving to go into the Hall of Fame? Absolutely, 100%. You know, and this is the thing. You know, I would love to see Kurt Angle maybe have one more match in WWE. Who would his opponent be? I don't know. But because he's going to the same Hall of Fame as Triple H, you know, I love this about this. Things like this, they go, you know, social media goes crazy. You know, our Twitter goes mad, our email goes crazy, and people say, oh, they're coming back. It's just a coincidence. They're going to be there together, and they're going to meet, and they're going to have... If anything comes out of it, guys, you obviously will let you know right away. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't put my hopes on it. They'll probably greet each other and say hello and whatnot, but I wouldn't really say, oh, it's going to happen. You never know. Just obviously stay tuned and I'll keep you posted on it, on what's happening. But speaking of another Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame, WWE still not announced who else is going to be in the Hall of Fame this year, and it's 5 weeks away to WrestleMania, and they still haven't announced. So hopefully they'll start this Sunday at Fastlane, or maybe Raw the next night, which I'm hoping, because people are again asking us who's definitely getting into the Hall of Fame, who's confirmed, who's coming. I don't know, guys. I mean, I've heard a few rumors and names, and I don't know, but I always thought it hurt themselves. I'm down to know myself who's going to join Sting in the Hall of Fame this year. So we'll just have to keep an eye out on WWE TV, see how it goes anyway. But yeah, and regarding Sunday's pay-per-view as well, I'm looking forward to seeing Edge and Christian. I'm looking forward to seeing their show after the pay-per-view as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing that so much. But there you go. But guys, it's now time for the time of the show, sorry, where we haven't done this segment for a long time. And I've been wondering why we haven't done it for a long time. But now, because you guys pestering us, thank you, the powers that be have now listened. And the segment is here, it's back, it's here, I'm ready to announce it. It's now time, after a long time, for the segment that we have had for a while. It's now time for the Outside the Ropes Jackass of the Week segment. Haven't you just missed it? Don't you just love that sound? You missed that donkey sound so badly. Welcome back to our Outside the Ropes Jackass of the Week segment. Now, people have been suggesting it to us for a while, and it's great. You know, all these different suggestions who it could be and stuff like that. But after a little meeting today, before we hit the record button on this podcast, we came to the decision that the Outside the Ropes Jackass of the Week for this week is... Can I get a drum roll, please? Thank you very much. The Outside the Ropes Jackass of the Week for the first time in over a year is... Mark Henry. And the reason why Mark Henry is Jackass of the Week because of his botch, where he injured himself as well during the a match with Big E on Raw. So our first Jackass of the Week for over a year is WWE superstar Mark Henry. So there you go. Now, what were we announcement I want to make? We announced in last week's podcast that our website will be back soon. Great news, our website should be up and running early next week. It's all been updated, it's been fixed, it's ready to go live on our website. We'll be back next week, so stay tuned for the next coming days for our OutsideTheRopesRadio.com website, which is coming back. And I had a quick look at it tonight before I come on the show, and it looks good. It's going to have daily stories, the podcast posted, everything. We're going to be directing you straight to our website now to actually listen to the show. It's great. OutsideTheRopesRadio.com. When you go on there now, it's still the old stories from about a year or so ago, but the web builder has got all the new stories up and going. It's looking good, guys. It's on its way back. OutsideTheRopesRadio.com. So there you are. Stay tuned. Anyway, I'm going to hit the road, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget this Sunday for our WWE Fastlane special. The call has been made to Tony to try and get him here on Sunday night for the pay-per-view, which is going to be good. So yeah, Tony's on his way back to the podcast on Sunday. Fingers crossed, we're going to kick his ass and put him through a table. Never mind the Dudley boys. So we're going to talk about the pay-per-view, go through the card, go to the build-up of the card. If you have any questions for us for Sunday night, you know how to get in touch with us. Outside the Ropes at yahoo.com, at Outside the Rope on Twitter, and also on our Facebook. We're going to put up things on there saying, asking you questions and stuff like that. So, yep, it's looking good. Guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy NXT. Tonight's show is, goes out on a Wednesday. So enjoy NXT tonight. Enjoy SmackDown tomorrow night. So for myself, Matthew, and everybody here at Outside the Ropes, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you all back here on Sunday night for our WWE Fastlane